Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In today's tutorial we will be looking at how to build Flutter package and how to deploy the Flutter package on pub.dev. So this is an existing project which I did 2 months ago, and I'm going to be using it to demonstrate and to show you the structure of how packages are built and how they are deployed. I'm not going to be doing any coding because I want to keep this video as simple and as short as possible. But once I have the time, I will make a longer video where I will be showing the steps involved in building packages and also in publishing those packages. So without wasting much of your time, let's dive right in. So here is pub.dev. You need to have an account on pub.dev. I've signed in on my account and I'm going to my package. So this is the package that I built. It came as a result of a project I was working on that needed that custom feature, and I had to build it. So over here, this is what the package does and what it looks like. And here on my project, I'm currently running it. So let me show you the structure of the project and how it is done. So the first thing first is let me show you how to create a package in Flutter. So I'm using the latest version of Flutter. I call these sample package, and over here I make sure I select package, so you don't need to define your organization name and stuff like that. So I create it. So it's telling me sample. Let me check what it says. It's already taken by the project. I think I have something there. Okay, let me delete these two. Okay, so let's try again. Okay, let me use my document directory, and then so it says it will create it. So we are creating our new package here. So for this, I'll open it in a new window. So this is what you get when you create a new package. You have a .dat file that looks just like this, and every other thing, your YAML file, here you have your version, you have every other thing set for you. So but let's look at the existing one that I did before now, which is this. So on this existing one, you discover I have a folder called example here. So this example is something similar to what we have here. Let me dive right into my application. So you see my example. This is where this picks this example, and if you go to my GitHub repo, you will also be able to see this example right in here. So this is the reason why I added those examples, so users can be able to see how to use the package. So you might be wondering, how did I add this? Because if you go to this place, if you go to this place and say add new, you will not be able to add a new Flutter project. So what I did was to create a new project, and then new Flutter project, and then I call it example, and it's under documents. So it's an application. It's going to be an application, not a package this time around. And then I create. So once I create this, once this is created, I open it in a new window. You have everything you will need to display your app, so it shows like this, because packages don't have main.dat, so it will not be able to run if you try running it directly under your package. So for this, I'm going to close this is my desktop. This is the sample from my desktop. So for this sample, we will be looking at three major files, or four rather. One is the readme.md file, where you define your readme, just as you can see in this place. Your readme, this is where you define all these features. So how I came about this was I looked at what others were doing, I copied a sample of it and then edited it to produce mine. So here it is over here. This is what it looks like. And on the other project, which is the spinning wheel, if we open this, where's my readme? If you open my readme, you see a lot of things, even the code, the documentation, and everything in here. Another file we will be looking at is the changelog.md. So this is where you put in your change log, and this can be seen also in your versions. So I think, yeah, this is your change log. This where it stores it. It shows changes to the versions and other stuffs like that. Another one we will be looking at, I think, is the pub.spec.tml file. So for me to be able to push an update, I need to increase the version as well. I need to increase this version to 4, but I'm not doing that right now. So those are the things you need to bear in mind. So let's dive right back to our project. So we have the sample package here, and then we have there's no example here. So what do? I simply go to my project and look for that example. Here it is. I simply do what? I simply copy it and then paste it here. I simply copy and paste. So hopefully, or let's see if it, okay, it's in. So right now I have my example Flutter project right here. So instead of coding, I'm going to go ahead to show you a lot of things which we need to do. So one of the things you need to do is to create your source folder, and then you also create another file which is which would have the same name as your package file. So just to keep everything consistent, so this is what you need here. So inside this package, in the source file, this is where you define and build whatever you need to build. You can have as many files and folders as you want in here, but just like I said, we are not going to be doing any coding because I want to keep this video as simple as possible. Instead, we will be using our existing project, which is this, to demonstrate how it is done. So one of the things that we will be looking at is our existing project. So inside our existing project, this is what we have, and I also exported this the main custom package which I've built. So this is what I built, and these are all my codes, the custom widgets that I built. So this is it here, and I'm exposing it via this page here. So when we go over to our example page, if we go to my pub.spec.tml, you see that I'm importing it right here, and I didn't specify any version because it's still within the same project. If maybe I'm downloading it, then I'll have to specify the version. So that is it for this on the example. So another thing we want to look at is how to connect to our pub.dev account. So you say Flutter pub login. So it will open up a web page and ask you to log in. So I'm already logged in. If I'm not logged in already, what it will do is it will open this pub spec web page, and tell me to log in, but it was able to detect that I have logged in, so there was no need for me to log in again. So when you are done with your coding and testing and everything, and make sure that everything is working as it should be, let's see what I have in my main. This is where I am importing that Flutter spinning wheel, and this is where I am consuming it so that it appears just the same way it appears here. So if let me move this a bit, so and change some few things, so you see, if I reduce this to 550 and refresh, you see the radius changes and the perspective and other stuff which you can do as well with this. So let's say I'm done with everything and I want to see if I can be able to publish this without actually pushing it to pub.dev. So what I would do is Flutter pub publish, then I will say run dry, or sorry, dry run, not run dry, dry run. When I do this, it will tell me something with regards to version. It will tell me something with regards to the version, and okay, there is a